It is iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. Our Ittihad 3, Orlando Pirates 2, CAF Confederations Cup, second group stage match. Number 1, Libya winning. Number 3, South Africa losing. Not too bad of a game. Joseph Makhanya, our analyst, what did you make of the game, sir?
Yeah, greetings to you,
yes, sir.
Ay vita nibulela awuzakamnandi ngishanele ipakaniya mfethu eyilingenzele umhlobo yabo. Yeah, I think one, there's a problem I think in terms of adaptation of tactics. One, you can see which opposition very inferior in terms of maybe individuals, very inferior. Pirates are my individual, very superior. But we are back to a situation of our coach, what is it that they are trying to implement? Maybe what's the strategy? It's been an ongoing situation. But last time I had a problem with my tactics. Pirates, they've resorted to changing my tactics and trying new stuff whereby all the time they wanna get behind the ball and absorb the pressure and hit behind those spaces. So when now you are faced with oppositions that sit back now, it becomes a challenge with Manjo Bakaka. So which became a question that we posed to Orlando Pirates with Manja. How do you combine, get combinations going? You look at maybe first half Pirates, they looked good in terms of maybe their superiority, and La Machita, they were not that of a quality in terms of matching up the Pirates. So they were moving the ball better, getting into our spaces are right. Shandu got into our spaces are right. But for now, Shandu, one thing would be all the time when there was nobody following him, especially his left wing or left midfield. He was not following him, so he found himself with my spaces are right, and he attacked my spaces are right. So the problem yamuguti now we Pirates, you can see guti my opposition, they are not at your level. How to inflict pain oppositions. So now we are tactics your movements, they have to be proper. So what they resorted into are vertical movements all the time. Vertical balls all the time, it should go side to side without the proper penetration. So you question how much itafana na boloch. Those are the guys that melebang in my pockets and actually penetrate, create those chances for my strikers. Ngoba only passer he was there. He's a striker, number 9, uhlala boxing, whereby he needs to be constantly fed ball. So he never caught ball. Why? Because of movements. Movements, they are vertical movements. They were too much and they were going side to side. So against an opposition, a figure be organized because of now. They saw good. We lack equality. One thing that we can fix is structure. Organization. Because if we lack equality, let's be structured. See if they can break us. And so,
let me ask you another thing as well on tactics. When you see that the opposition can give you something, like they're not as strong as you are, sure, is there necessity then to play Goodman Mosele and Ben Mutswari in terms of two defensive midfielders?
That's a question that we need to ask, to pose to our coaches. But you can see what they are not posing any threat. Because if you've got your three defensive line, you've got Ushan who will always drop back to make it 4. So you've got 2 midfielders now. Everybody is drifting towards Ebola. Ulochu Yabuya, where he's supposed to be playing a supporting role. You've got playing midfielders. You've got Abu Makelele construct a play and be a multiplying midfielder who will always pivot all the time to support Amapolaya Pambi and give maybe a link between defense and strikers. So which something that they are failing to do. So now you find Uloch maybe now he feels I'm a better passer, then he comes and collects the ball. But it's something that he's been doing continuously. He comes, we are boys who collect the ball right in your Zabo.
That means he minuses a number
up front. Yeah. Then from Lapo, we are a vertical pass or a diagonal pass. We are a short No, there's no support. So it means Majama lines won't be able to break Ama lines. For you to break Ama lines, you need to have proper combinations. You need to have maybe a low individual presence whereby you can minus abantu. So now Uhoto is a player who he thrives magnama spaces behind. When there are no spaces behind, uba ne problem yan. So he needs a bit of former combinations. Let's draw abantu out. One thing in Kalangayo, my movements they are not throwing abantu from they are just passing for the sake of passing.
Oh, so there's another point as you're saying this, that usually I don't know whether I've heard it from Sundowns coaches or Pep Guardiola. He's saying that the purpose of shifting the ball around is to actually shift the positioning of a defensive team.
Know your target. What is it that we want? If we want to attack maybe their poor left back, we should be able to isolate him and make sure with the situation it does come out as we want it to be. So that with the isolation, then you find maybe your lodge of Lodge his biggest strength. So now of recent Lodge now is playing just in front of our midfielders nama defender. So akasangeni kuma key areas
where you can shoot, where you can do take ons and assist as well.
Because now you need to understand what having Lodge, it means it's a plus factor. So neutralizing entirely right, he's got the X factor in terms of maybe your play because of Maga corner then so he's your player, he's an important player. So corner, but neutralizing entirely right.
All right, let's have a focus on some of the moments as well. We've touched on the coaching moments and the tactics thereof. Of course, one of the things that we were talking about here was positioning Kamponchane. I mean, I was saying it's a festival of long-range goals because I think we saw 3 or 4, including a goal Shandu from outside the box, plus a couple of them from Ittihad. Do you blame him in terms of really could he have done better on those long-range goals?
Yeah, I mean, I still feel with their transition. It was very poor from I mean, at some moment they had the ball, they lost the ball. So once you take too long to transit from go attack to defensive mode, then you allow such things to happen. But of now, it's a transition moment whereby you lost the ball has changed hands. So once the ball has changed hands, it means you need to close down. You need to close down people. So when your team is on the attack, as some defenders, you need to close down our spaces and close down it danger so that you don't find yourself in a situation whereby a striker is being allowed to shoot. Now, our defenders, they were still waiting. We're trying to get organized. We're still waiting for our guys maybe to come back so that we can be reinforced. That's one of now they are a team aba press high. They always try to come back and try to form reinforced defense so that at least they start from a mover and allowing opposition and commit. So this opposition, they were never going to commit because they know what the quality I see right because they never wanted to be isolated.
Ultimately your point is that in all the goals, the blame should not really be apportioned to a goalkeeper. It should be apportioned to a system. You took too long to convert from attack to defense.
Yes. If you are taking too long and you allow a space, then good strikers about technical right. They will always fire goalkeeper. Mponchane Mompeg, he was prepared with Lomuto Zoshalo. Prepared with Lomuto Zoshalo. Hence, he was still good moment. We still having the ball. Only to find that Mabaka will lose that transition phase. Azange acted very quickly. I think it was a corner kick. It was a corner kick. But you've got your central defensive midfielders who would be back corner who are supposed to close down so that it is. If you feel good outnumber, commit a foul so that at least we can regroup and
last one. We've seen Orlando Pirates with Algerian opposition. I think it's Sora, the first club. They won, and this one they lost. So far, how are you seeing them in the group? Pirates, do you think that even in the return leg against Ittihad they would be able to win away from home? Sora, they will be able to win.
Yeah, I think away to Isura, I watched them against Isura. I think Isura, they are much better opposition compared to Ittihad. So, but coming this side, Ittihad, I don't think it's a problem for Paratu, but once they apply themselves better, in terms of quality, they've got better quality than La Machita. So it's just Jawuti, please, coaches. As I'm coach, Machita right, so that at least binds into his right, binds movement right, it's Bonama combination right. It's a team that is a poster quality, highly talented players. So coach it properly so that at least we get proper combination, we get shorted code. One thing they are not taking shots. They always resort into playing side to side. So which is something which it's killing them.
All right, there you go. That's Orlando Pirates versus Ittihad. At least we got 5 goals from this as opposed to 0-0 from yesterday. Thank you very much for watching us.